Is one thing that you would change about our world government?
World or government? Or
yes, world or government.
Okay. I would say we all need to get over the fact that there are things in our past that we can't change, and all we can do is work to improve our future. And I'm not saying forget what's happened in the past, because if you forget the past, then you're doomed to repeat it. That's why history is such an important subject. However, we all need to realize that we're all here for a common goal, and that's to make this a better place to live. And it doesn't matter what my background is. It doesn't matter what y'all's background is. It doesn't matter what our race is. At the end of the day, we're all human beings, and we need to get over all of our petty issues that we have, and come together to work towards a common goal, and get rid of all this. Well, you don't like me because I'm this, or you don't like me because I'm that. To me, none of that matters. All that matters is we're all human beings, and we all need to improve.
Okay. How or why did you become a vice principal?
I guess the how would be I went to school. Went back to school, took some classes. The why is because as a classroom teacher, you're only able to impact just a few students. You may have 25 or 30 in the class at a time. You're going to have six classes a day, so you're looking at 180 kids total. Well, here at school, I get to help impact every one of you ladies. Every day I walk down the hallway, I get to talk to everybody. I don't have to talk to just my 8th grade science kids, or just my 7th grade science kids, or my 6th grade English or whatever. I can talk to everybody, and I can have a relationship with everybody. So I really enjoy that. I really enjoy working with students. Middle school is by far my favorite age kids. I know a lot of people kind of struggle with that because hormones, and middle schoolers are crazy. However, that's just the way it is. And I love it.
Okay, was being a vice principal your dream job as a kid?
No, as a kid, I definitely wanted to play professional baseball. That's what I wanted to do. Actually, coming out of high school, I had a baseball and football scholarship. I decided not to take that because I had a better academic scholarship, because I really tried to focus on my grades as well. But I would not say that being in administration was a dream job for me as a kid. I really wanted to play in the World Series, which, by the way, is going on right now.
Okay. When you retire, where would you like to go?
Oh, when I retire, I would love to move to New Zealand. New Zealand's kind of a bucket list place for me. I've always wanted to go there. Really pretty. A lot of greenery, a lot of culture, oceans all the way around it. So, that's always a place that I would love to go. So if I had a dream place that I would love to retire to, it would be New Zealand. But realistically, I would probably like to retire and buy a farm somewhere and sit on the front porch and drink coffee and watch my grandkids run around.
Okay, did you ever play sports when you were younger?
I did.
What sports?
In high school, I played football, baseball, basketball, and I ran track. I did not like sitting around at all. I didn't like having an off season. Really, I didn't enjoy track, but track kept me involved when baseball was over towards the end of school, so I would start in football and end in track. I really liked the camaraderie. I really liked being around the other guys that I grew up with. I really liked the competition. I'm a competitive sucker. I don't like to be last in anything. Even look at this school, everything we try to do with you guys is to try to be the best. We're not here just to be mediocre and just to learn just enough to get through. We want you guys to be the best around. And, myself and Mr. Johnson firmly believe in that.
Okay. In school, what was your favorite subject?
I was definitely a science guy. I actually taught science before I came here. So I loved biology. Before I went into education, I was actually in nursing for a whole year. So I took a year of nursing classes before I changed my mind, decided to teach and coach. So science has always been a big part of my life because I like being outside. I cannot stand sitting in this office. I like being outdoors. I love to hunt. I love to fish. And all that is nature, and nature is science.
Okay, what is your favorite genre of books?
All right, my favorite books right now, and I have to read all kind of crazy stuff because I'm still technically in school, I guess. But the funny thing is, y'all asked this because I've actually got it sitting on my desk now. I love reading leadership books. John Maxwell is a big emphasis. He's a big mentor to me. And actually, we have a quote from John Maxwell hanging in the hallway. So I guess if I had to pick one, it would be nonfiction and leadership.
What is your favorite movie slash TV show?
Movie, TV show. You know, I really don't watch a lot of TV. I know that's weird because I just don't have time. When I get home, I've got 2 kids that are going crazy. So, you know, we watch all the kiddie cartoons that a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old would watch. But I guess movie-wise, probably the only movies that I'm like, yeah, I need to watch those. I'm a Hunger Games guy. And that's why when we give away the perfect attendance prizes, we do the Hunger Games whistle. Because I really like the Hunger Games. I like the plot stuff inside of them.
Okay. When were you born?
I was born in 1984. Don't laugh. I know it's a long time ago.
Okay. Where did you live growing up?
I grew up in a little town just, let's see, it would be west of here, called Holly Pond. One red light. I think there's like 600 people that live in the whole town. I was actually born in Oklahoma. My dad was in the military, so after he was stationed back here in Alabama, we moved back to that same community and grew up and actually went to school all 13 years at the same school, and that's where I actually taught for 10 years before I came here to be with you guys.
What was your childhood like?
My childhood, I would say I had a really good childhood. Have a lot of fond memories, you know, just like any other kid, we go through rough patches, just like y'all are going through right now. Teenage years can always be crazy. You know, as far as, you know, I lived in the same house, went to the same school, pretty much had the same friends. Was really blessed to have a great childhood growing up. Now, by no means were we perfect. You know, every family has skeletons in their closet. I mean, that's just the way it is. And by no means did we have everything that I could ever want. You know, my parents worked really, really hard just to buy, you know, shoes and clothes for us to be involved. So I never had the Xbox. I never had the extra stuff. You know, my TV was a little bitty 12-inch box TV that they picked up at a yard sale, I think. So, yeah, I didn't have all the extras. So I guess that's why TV is really not that important to me now, because we went outside to play. That's how we entertained ourselves, and we played ball. So, I had a great childhood, and got a lot that I wanted. However, I was not the kid that, you know, walked around with the newest clothes, the nicest shoes, and had all this, that, and the other. And my first truck was actually the same exact age I was. I had an 84 Chevrolet truck. So my first truck was made the same year I was born. So just kind of give you an idea.
Okay. What school did you attend from elementary to college?
All right. Elementary to college. I guess elementary, middle, and high I attended Holly Pond, which is in the community that I was in. After I graduated high school, I went to Wallace State, which is basically Gadsden State in Hansville. I mean, it's the same type setup. Then I went to Athens State, which is in Athens, majored in biology, undergrad or minor in psychology. Just 4 years ago, I guess, I enrolled at the University of Alabama, got my master's at the University of Alabama, got my EDS at the University of Alabama, and I'm actually taking my final exam for my doctorate at the University of Alabama this Saturday. So if I look a little tired, a little baggy under the eyes, that's why.
Are there any interesting facts you would like to share?
Interesting facts about me?
Yes.
I've been going bald since I was in the 10th grade. So hair jokes really don't bother me. It's really not that big of a deal. I broke my leg when I was 10 playing football in the backyard. So I currently have 6 screws in my leg that will always be there. Actually playing football with a cousin of mine, he pushed me down a hole and my leg ended up on my shoulder. So it was a pretty bad deal. Yeah, it's crazy. On Saturdays when I've got school, because we talked a little bit about school just a minute ago, when I have to go to school on Saturdays, you know, we go to the University of Alabama campus, but I wear my Auburn stuff. I do that on purpose. But as far as anything other than that, I love being outside, love to hunt, love to fish. It's my favorite time of year ever. When leaves start to change, weather starts to get cold, you bundle up a little bit in the mornings. That's my favorite time of year. I love it.
Okay, those are all the questions. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, and go Devils.